Hey everybody, Brooks from Jack Times here. Welcome back to the channel. I know you guys have been wanting a lot more content with the Ferrari SF90, and I gotta apologize up front. I know that content's kind of been lagging, but there just hasn't been a lot of track time to get this out and get a lot more races done. We're gonna try and get another track rental in the next couple weeks out. I think we got Ferrari SF90, an F8 tuned and downpipe with exhaust, which should be a pretty good race against this. I think the Ferrari S90 will get out. Maybe the F8 will have more top end. We also got a modified Porsche Turbo S coming out to run the SF90 as well. That's in about 2 weeks. Hopefully we get those races done. You'll see some more content. But nevertheless, let's jump in the Ferrari, and I'll give you a little bit of a garage update of what we got coming soon, and then we'll get into the race of why I raced the Ferrari SF90 versus the Acura NSX, which is the title of this video. Let's get into it a little bit. So first, who would have thought you'd be in the day where you got to plug in your Ferraris or supercars? That's not coming. I think we got to open the door first. There we go. This car's got a lot of beeps and whizzing things, and it just doesn't always act the same way. So there we go. We got the Ferrari unplugged. I will note that it takes a long time to charge the Ferrari because it uses a standard kind of 110 outlet right here. There is an adapter for the Tesla charger that I can plug in right here and then plug into the Ferrari. That would charge probably 3 times as fast, but that adapter's like 250 bucks. I really don't feel like I need it. I really haven't needed to plug the Ferrari in that much at all when I think about it, because it charges up really, really quick just driving around using the regenerative braking and generating energy to charge the battery from the engine as well. All right, so we will hop in here and get this thing started up. So starting, you press that once, and then you press it again, and then sometimes you got to press it 3 times. And I don't really know all the time because it's in hybrid right now. It should just, it won't stop beeping. It should just go into reverse in electric only mode, but that usually doesn't work. Of course, you got the AC on super high. Man, turn that down, that's super loud, ruining voice. So if I go, well, first let's shut the door, let's see here. It's always like a different kind of thing. We're in reverse. See, that didn't work. And the car's on. And I start it again. Okay, in reverse. Now I am in electric hybrid mode. It might back up with electric power only. Usually it just starts the engine. Let's see what happens. Oh, now it's working as it should. So we're backing up electric only mode. Because it's in hybrid, it determines if it needs power or not. Now, one question I've always been wondering about this, and I haven't really wanted to test it out yet, is if you ran out of gas. See, right now I got no fuel and no mileage right here on the engine, but I have 14 miles of electric range. So I'm imagining that if I ran out of fuel, I could still drive 14 miles on electric only, and that might work. I don't really want to run the car out of gas to test that out. All right, well, let's get a start up. We'll get a cold start because that's when the car sounds the best. Now to do that, I have to go into, there we go, qualifying mode. Now we're warmed up. I wish the car sounded like this all the time, but as we've seen about 10 seconds, it's gonna close these valves and get super quiet. So right now we're at about 1,000 RPM. And there we go. The valves have closed, and this was the car sounds kind of just putzing around town, very quiet because the valves are closed. When you open it up and you're going faster, you can hear it better. But there you go, that's what it sounds like with the exhaust valves closed. So garage update, what do we have coming up next? Well, the 765 Coupe, which I sold a few months ago, I sold that because the Spider was supposed to be here in January, and now we are well into April, and there's still no 765. So obviously there's been delays due to chip shortages and coronavirus and all that kind of stuff. I am now told that 765 Spider will be produced in July, and I'll probably take delivery in August or September. This is actually the longest I've been without a McLaren since 2013. So coming up on 10 years. I've always had a McLaren in the garage. Right now I don't, because of this kind of mix up and delay, but man, I am so excited because I see these 765 Spyders dropping all across the country. They're starting to come out a little more, and man, I cannot wait to get hold of that car. It's going to be awesome. You'll be able to drop the rear window here and hear the exhaust much louder, of course, drop the top down and drive around. I'll take that car to Tennessee, take it around Tail of the Dragon, do some drag racing with it, and that car's going to be a keeper. I'm going to keep that car a while. I know we only had the 765 coupe for a short amount of time, and that's because the Spyder came so early. But my other McLarens I've had for a long time. The 720S I had for, I think, 4 years, 650S 3 years, and then the 12C I had that a couple years as well. Also coming to the channel, I was told I'm number 5 on the list with my dealer for the new Corvette Z06. That's Whitmore. And man, I cannot wait to get hold of the Z06. I'm waiting for the pricing to come out so we can get the spec going and all that kind of stuff, get the thing ordered. So we got Z06, we got 765 LT Spyder. Also ordered the 296 GTB Ferrari. I still haven't finished up the color spec of that. I know I usually go red. I'm thinking about going yellow. Let me know in the comments you think, should I go with yellow or bright blue? There's also some kind of cool greens that are going with the Ferraris now too, but I think resale on the green Ferrari would be just terrible, and I'm already getting a green 765 LT. So I think we're either going to go with yellow or red. Let me know what you guys think about that. Also, I have an F8 Spyder coming in the next couple months, but if I still have the SF90 and I got an SF90 Spyder in order too, I'm not sure if I'll take delivery of that or not. We will see what happens when that car finally comes in. Also, what I'm excited about ordering is whatever Lamborghini comes out with next. Whatever hybrid comes out first, I'm definitely going to order. So if it's the V12, Aventador replacement hybrid, I'm ordering that. If there's a Huracan hybrid, whatever, Lamborghini really needs to pick it up and add some electric power to their lineup and get going really, really fast again. All right, so now let's jump into the meat of the video, what this is about. This is the Acura NSX versus the Ferrari SF90. Now, I know, of course, it's not fair. The NSX only has 600 horsepower versus, you know, close to 1,000 on the Ferrari. The difference really comes down to just 2 cylinders, though. This is a V8 twin turbo versus the NSX has a V6 twin turbo. I gotta admit, I was super excited back in the day to get the Acura NSX with all the technology. It had 9-speed DCT, twin turbo V6, 3 electric motors, hybrid power, everything you probably wanted way back then. But when the car came out, it was kind of slow. I mean, it wasn't any faster than the outgoing or the current Nissan GT-R, which I've had 3 of those. So I felt like spending, you know, 170, 180,000 on an NSX, a lot more than GT-R, and it was slower, just wasn't in the cards for me. So the first kind of hybrid supercar that I was going to get turned out to be the Ferrari SF90. So with just the 2-cylinder difference, we're talking 600 horsepower versus 1,000. Now my friend's NSX is actually modified. It's got a tune, downpipes, I think it's got intercoolers, as well as meth injection. He's adding well over 100 horsepower. So we could be talking about like a 720 horsepower NSX versus the Ferrari SF90. And another reason why we want to do this race is because the owner of the NSX was seriously contemplating buying the Ferrari SF90, and that's a huge step up. He wanted to see what he was getting into by spending, you know, 600,000 versus, you know, maybe 200,000 on the Acura NSX. So that's what we did. We lined them up and we raced, and I'm sure you can imagine what's going to happen. I gave him the jump on the NSX to see how they would compare once they got moving, and nevertheless, you're about to see the results. And just so you know, my friend with the NSX did order a new SF90, and that should be here, I think he said, in about 2 months. So there you go, selling Ferraris by racing at the track. It definitely does happen. And when he gets that car, he's gonna, I think he's gonna modify it. He's gonna do tune and exhaust, so we should be able to get that out at the track and see what a modified Ferrari SF90 could do down the track. I think, you know, easily adding, you know, 150 horsepower to this car. It would be really cool if we could get an SF90 into the 8s down the quarter mile. All right, let's pop the back here, check out the motor of the Ferrari. And I'm gonna do a video. This spoiler actually is an active wing, and I don't think anyone has actually seen it in action yet. But what happens is this entire deck lid drops down and blocks the airflow from down here to here. And I'm gonna put a GoPro on the back of this. I'm gonna do some half-mile testing and maybe one of those 360 cameras and show you guys exactly how the active aero works. But if we pop up the hatch here, you can see how low that V8 twin turbo engine is down there. guys, here we go. We are off Ferrari SF90 versus Acura NSX. As always, thanks for watching. Damn it. Raining.
You want to try one more?
No, they won't let us. Dude, I almost spun off the track.